was good. It was good. You know where I'm at. Boom. Well, it's cold out here. I'm at work. I had to put this quick twerk in for you. Yes, I got me and Mikey B did an interview yesterday. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? We got to hear more about him. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. I'm gonna post it on this YouTube channel later on today, and post it on IG on my page at Mikey B is free. Like I said, man, we have a lot of history. We know each other before the whole penitentiary thing. Peace, peace, what's your jacket? Peace, peace. And you know what I'm saying? It's dope. It's good. It's good for the culture, man. He's doing the right thing. And like he said, he's turned from big homie, salute. He's turned from big homie to community leader, and that's how you gotta look at the title. Well, in the penitentiary, this is what I had to do, and now I'm in the streets and I'm just trying to lead the people. Salute, NYC 187. Salute. Um, it's just good. It's good for the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? We had a great conversation, and it's not. We can't exploit. We cannot exploit the bros just for them to talk about other bros that's locked up. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's for the cause. Like Amin's situation is serious. Get in tune. His name is Amin Cooper. Check online. They got him in admin seg for a couple of years. It's crazy. Mikey B talks about it in the interview. Like I said, check my IG. It's Z Flag, Feed the Wolves. Double shout out to East Harlem. The East Side, Washington Lex. Rest in peace, Aunt White. Now we get into the story now. Definitely BX Love. I always be at HBO, Harlem Bronx only, you heard? Yo, you know, man, BX Love, man. Shout out to the whole BX, man, even Riverdale. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I did this one for is because I was thinking about something, right? Yo, Puff is you can't beat his hustle, man. You can't beat his grind. I remember when he did the first Bad Boy tour, when Biggie Smalls was alive. Rest in peace, Biggie Smalls. Right? He took close to like 20, 30 million. Who knows how many millions that tour made. Then I remember with the same people, with the exception of, Busta Rhymes, Jay opened up. That's that. I remember when Jay opened up in one city, Albany, that Jay packed it up and said, I gotta go back to the lab, and that's when we have that multi-platinum album, Hard Knock Life. I remember that. He basically had the same people, the same artists again. Mind you, these same artists by this point, it was nobody was screaming he Jay jerked him yet. Now, in the mix of that, of years missing, he does another tour, the Bad Boy Reunion Tour. Now, when he does the Bad Boy Reunion Tour, he does it with a bunch of bitter artists that they say that they've gotten jerked over the year, but he did basically the same tour. So basically, when you add the math of the same tour that he did 3 times with 99% of the same artists, you can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Yo, he pulled the Rolling Stone in hip hop. Because the only groups that go on concerts for decades like that go with the same show is groups like Rolling Stone, Led Zeppelin. He did that with hip hop, where he's created a culture of a tour that will get hundreds of millions and millions and millions of cash dollars. So we definitely gotta salute Puff, man. Diddy's a smart man, man. Diddy's definitely a smart man. We definitely gotta give him his props on that, man. I was just thinking about that, man. Like, Puff is a smart guy. My cousin was on that tour, man. He was co-managing Black Rob on the last one, on the reunion tour. I went to Boston. I went to one show at the Free Center. Him and my man D-Mac. Shout out to D-Mac from Jeff. You know what I'm saying? From Jefferson Projects. You know what I'm saying? They was co-managing Black Rob. You know what I'm saying? Word to mother, man. Puff put together something great. I swear to you, man. It's basically the same artist. Total, Mace. If Craig Mack was alive. He did a couple of cities. Rest in peace, Craig Mack. The Biggie was. No, I'm saying all this. Think about this. All this. The Locks was just an add-on during the years. Black Rob always been there. Faith, Little Kim. It's the same thing, yo. And he gets hundreds of millions of dollars off of this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen another, not even Cash Money. Never did a part 2 tour. But Puff did a part 3, 112 exactly. We gotta get that man his props. Mind you, most of these artists say he Jay jerked him. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, when you speak of your man, Diddy, and he be talking that Jay jerked him, I don't know, man. He's just a smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We gotta give him his props, man. He's just a smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes are just smart with business, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could jerk me all you want, but you know, you go on tour of 30 cities or 20 cities, and you know what too? You know what I'm saying? Now he played Black Rob. He paid Black Rob. Now he paid them. He made only music and copyrights. I know he paid Black Rob. I don't know about everybody else, but he paid Black Rob. He gave Black Rob for one song a nice amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Just for singing Whoa. You know what I'm saying? And he basically paid for Black Rob's hotel and food and all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about everybody else, but because I told you my cousin was co-managing him with my man D Mac. So they was at every city because Black Rob was like the bad boy DMX. He started getting lost in the sauce sometime. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Black Rob got those health issues. You know what I'm saying? But we know who else was on tour with them? Handsome Hat from Harlem. You probably know Hat from the West Side, from West Harlem. He was on that tour with them too. He was actually on the stage with Puff with them, every city, because they would sing Woe together. You know what I'm saying? So definitely salute that Hat. You know what I'm saying? He was Black Rob's hype man, the whole tour. So you know, it was crazy because when I linked up with them, me and Wifey, shout out to Southern Belle, we met them at the Fleet Center in Boston. He put together, you know what I'm saying? This guy Diddy, man. I give him his credit, man, because I seen the beginning. Like I remember Father MC. I remember him being in the back of, I believe, Word Up magazine with the Carl Kanai all white song with the Timbs. Remember, I think it was Carl, one of those magazines. He's on the back. You know what I'm saying? He paid his dues, man, and he just. I remember the Biggie Smalls thing popped off. I remember when the Craig Mack thing popped off. And he had one of the strongest street teams. I remember shout out to Big J, man. Big J from Harlem. He in Albany though, but he from Harlem, West Side. No, he used to run with Boosie B. Boosie B was a bad boy DJ. Like, he really was smart. Like, Puff really was connected with the streets when it came to this music thing. Like, he really had bad boy DJs like Polly Doo-Wop. Like, anything that was a mixtape DJ that was hot in New York City at that time was most likely a bad boy DJ. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's how he was breaking those records, breaking those bad boy records, breaking those classics, man. Damn, phew. Just thinking about him, like he did pay his dues, man. Like Puff paid his dues, man. Like you know, his chance word, he the remix. Like I never knew, because remember he used to go by Sean C. I never knew that he was Sean C. But his first hit was Jodeci, Come and Talk to Me, the remix. Remember, that took off. Whew. Then the next thing was that Mary J 411 remix. That was a classic. He had his hands all in that, and I think that was like probably one of his first 4 projects was Mary J's remix album. So you had 2 options at the time to buy the original, and the remix. was crazy, man. And then from there, he just took off. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Super Mario, DiDDy, Angeletti, all those dudes that was there in the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? Stevie J, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He brought the rooftop to the world when it came to that. He brought the Kick and Pre mixtapes to the world with those hip hop beats and that R&B. And Mary J had the voice for that. Yo, I'm gonna tell you, it's just crazy. That I'm like, out of all the crazy stuff that Puff has done in his lifetime, that they say about the man is a genius, man. Think about who does the same tour with a couple of add-ons. What's the same tour? The only person that's really missing on the tour is Biggie. Because Craig Mack popped off, was the first one to pop off. But Biggie just had the larger attraction. And then I ain't gonna front. What Biggie did was smart with Bad Boy. We in the building, Money D's in the building, salute. Those Caesars in the building. I remember when Craig Mack first popped. That Flavor in the Air was dope. Then I remember when what's his name, man? Biggie popped. And then, but Biggie had this tracks into the street. All that give me the loot, all that, you know, all that was all that was what we was feeling. You know, Brooklyn was back. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave us Brooklyn on the album. And Biggie just started making moves, man. He was a smart man, him and Under. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check it out with you, Jackin'. You know what I'm saying? I remember when that first was popping. Puff really put a lot of leg work into that project, man. And that just took off. Then after that, you know, Puff had Total and he worked on the Faith joint. But I went to jail and came back at 9. I went to jail in 9-5, came home in 9-6. By the time I came home, Mary J was on another album. Faith was like #1 in America. It was insane. You know what I'm saying? 112 it was crazy. It was about the 90s. I get out of jail. This was the flavor. Like Faith and Mary J. Her second album was dope, man. You know, today I'm getting my hair cut though, because I'm looking like a wild African. But shout out to all my wild Africans though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just bringing you back to a time I know, a time I remember, man. You know, I hope that you'll take some of this in, man. You know what I'm saying? It's good for the soul to hear something that's not always to the street. Now I was thinking about this, like, damn, but that guy Puff, man. Puff was a smart guy, man. He's definitely, he really did some things, man. And it's funny because, you know, he brought Harlem to the world, man, and he brought the new Harlem to the world. He brought the you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, Wacko Z, facts. Smart man. You see what he did to Steve Stout? He told Steve Stout, take the video down. He didn't want to listen. Allegedly, they bust Steve Stout all in the head. You know what I'm saying? Puff, you know what I'm saying? He just finds him, man. He finds him, and you know what I think he does? He showers you with this world, with this lifestyle. And if you're young and you shy with the lifestyle and you're so caught up that by the time he signed you, you like, you're never gonna think that it's gonna go wrong. And then it goes wrong, and then it's like, I signed my life away. You know, he got me. He owns all my publishing. Oh no, he owns my name, as in the artist name. I mean, this game is crazy, man. It's crazy, man. And but he paid his dues, man. He paid his dues, man. He pumped a lot of music into Hot 97 when the Hot 97 was like number. Think about it, there was a time when the Hot 97 was the only hip hop and R&B station before 105.1 came. So they was beyond number one. You know what I'm saying? Because you had Kiss FM and BLS, but Kiss FM and BLS was mainly, hip hop, R&B, soul, and you know what I'm saying? Wendy Williams. Then you have Hot 97. He was killing them, man. Puff paid his dues. He played. He went with the money ever. It was the money ever the labels. Every year the labels switch up, and then labels started buying other labels, and he was in the mix. And being in the mix, you start going with the money and new suggestions and better ways to advertise and how they pumping budgets, and it worked for him. Now, I remember, yeah. Before, it's funny, right? Before Hot 97 was Hot 97, right? It was hip hop, it was house and freestyle. And then I remember when they started transitioning, you used to hear Frontmaster Flex all day. But Flex was on that House of Freestyle channel. Definitely shout out to freestyle music, man. Definitely shout out to Tony Humphries. He was known heavy in that house freestyle genre. You know what I'm saying? Bugsy was on Hot 97 when they first started. They started off. They started off running, man. They had Bugsy. I remember Bugsy. I remember Flex. Then I know there was more DJs, but it's just those are the main ones. Like Flex is like it's like probably like one of the first two DJs he signed. But Flex, you gotta keep in mind, man. Flex think he's Bob Backlund, but in all reality, right? Flex, right? He used to carry records to Chuck Chillout, man. He paid his dues. That man paid his dues. He used to open up for Chuck Chillout. You know what I'm saying? He used to pay. He like, you know what I'm saying. So Flex definitely paid his dues in the game, man. He carried them records and opened up, and boom, he found a lane. Word. Those labels started pumping that money, man. Like who remembers Uptown Comedy Show? Remember Uptown Comedy Show? Who would have thought that Flex and all them that was on an Uptown Comedy Show that they come on Channel 7 on the weekends, on the late night, that circuit, that Tracy Morgan would be where they at right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the second best thing that came to them with that in that genre was Def Comedy Jam. And Russell and Stan Lathan took that to a whole nother level. This is that era, man. This is that era. I remember that era clearly because my cousin, Passion Heart, my cousin Jeff, Hype Entertainment, he used to book the Uptown Comedy Club circuit as well. He used to book a lot of the Def Comedy Jam artists. So a lot of them I met with my cousin because my cousin would book them. To do events in Albany, New York at SUNY's. It's a SUNY downtown campus. They got an auditorium. If you've been in Albany, it's by Western Avenue. You know what I'm saying? So this is like the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, as much as we say, like Albany, New York was baby New York anyway. So, because it's a college up there called SUNY Albany. I hope I'm not going too back on y'all, man. I was just thinking about this today. Like, damn, my nigga, Puff been getting money off the same tour for the last, since like 96, 95, 96, 97. Like, since the first Bad Boy tour, he been getting the same money off these same artists. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's crazy, man. And I ain't gonna front. The last one he did, he did it smart. He used the number one market. So when he pushed it out, that he was doing the reunion tour. He was on what was he on? They was on the Today Show. They performed. It was a big thing all week. P. Diddy in the building. It was dope. He made it happen. So that just made it more. He made something that's so old, so hype. But you know one thing I say about Puff, man, he puts on a show everywhere he go. You know what I'm saying? So the stage show was crazy. That, you know, Puff, he into that dancing, and he's an entertainer, man. You know, he come from that era in hip hop where you had to be an entertainer. Most of the most successful hip hop artists dance. You know what I mean? At one point in time, like MC Hammer danced. Heavy D and the boys, rest in peace, Heavy D. Heavy D used to dance. You know what I'm saying? If you watch early Heavy D joints, he used to dance. Very successful artist, man. Remember, Heavy D did a song with Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? When Mike, this is for all the allegations. He did a song with Mike. So you know, think about how when Puff was in the video with, he was dancing, right? I mean, he was dancing. He wanted to dance in Father MC's video, right? And Mary J was singing the hook before we knew she was Mary J. That's crazy. Then the next time we hear about Mary J, she's on the soundtrack for that movie. Was it Strictly Business? And they had that song "You Remind Me." That year, the mixtape game was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The real Gina was Popino. I remember that year. "You Remind Me" was crazy. That track. That was definitely a mixtape killer that year. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest is history. Mary did it big, man. All this Puff was around, man. He was in that mix, man. And then the next thing I know is Real Love. Mary killed him with the dances, all that dance routine thing, all that singing and dancing with the hip hop beats, because that's what dudes are still doing in the clubs. That's before all the, you know, mass incarceration and it wasn't cool to dance no more. You know what I'm saying? What? Yeah, I done went back on this one, man. But yeah, definitely shout out to P. Diddy, man. He's definitely one of the smartest guys in hip hop. Definitely is, man. And I'm pretty sure, just on the networking, on the network side of things, you know, Jay-Z, you know, probably took a lot of points from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, built with him. Let me tell you about Jay, man. One thing, when Nas said, Ty, all that, when he said that about the Tybo thing, I ain't gonna front. To keep it tall with you, this is in the 90s, man. Yo, we talking about before Jay Blue. Jay had like a personal trainer. He had a personal trainer. My man Pops was his personal trainer. We talking about Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt. He had a personal trainer. If somebody that's messing with Rock Nation know what I'm talking about, or Rockefeller, they know his personal trainer lived in Flatbush. You know what I'm saying? It was my man Pops. So Jay-Z always been going to that physical. Was always into that. Jay-Z always been into that health kick thing. We talking about the 90s. They hear what I didn't tell you is this is, I ain't gotta say it. You gotta ask somebody, yo, Jay had a personal trainer on his first album? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why you have to be mental and physically fit, man. A lot of dudes let drugs, alcohol cloud their minds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a personal trainer, man. I remember because I was my man Pops was his personal trainer. Now my man, he was in the fraternity, and that's my cousin, you know what I'm saying? My man was involved for those that was outside, right? The biggest thing in the summer, and then definitely the 90s, was Jones Beach in Long Island. And one of my cousin's frat brothers was one of the promoters at Jones Beach. And the guy that I'm talking about, the son used to run with the guy. They were frat brothers. He used to run for the Jones Beach. Jones Beach was crazy. For those that was outside that was going to Jones Beach, Long Island. Shout out to Long Island, Amityville, Ryan Dance, Central Islip, the LOD, the Browns was popping. Yeah. Jones Beach was crazy with the hip hop back then. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always see like a lot of fraternity Greek contests and Sigmas versus Kag. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on. Again, I don't want to go too back. I don't want to go too far. Now, I have to go back. I have to go back to the camp. You know that. Today I'm supposed to get my hair cut. Shout out to Money D. Shout out to Money D. You know what I'm saying? You always want to check it, man. But who remember Jones Beach, man? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Like Jones Beach was definitely the hot spot, man. Monday was popping. You know what I'm saying? Was popping. Word. That Jones Beach thing was crazy. I remember that whole flow. I remember that whole flow. Like how dudes would go to Harlem Week, walk up, boom. Dudes was making it their business to go to Jones Beach. Now, as crazy as it sounds, a lot of Brooklyn cats was at Jones Beach. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Brooklyn, man. If you get the chance, there's a guy called Hassan Farrock. He posts a lot of pictures from that era at NYC. Go check it out, man. There's another guy named Living 100. Live Life 100. He also shows a lot of throwback pictures on IG. Check these guys out, man. They're showing you classic New York, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about the story that they write. It's about the comments that you read. How some people impacted other people's lives. Some people don't know how a person might impact them until they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Or they locked up for 100 years. Everybody has a different, they see things differently. You know what I'm saying? Well, I just think about it now, like, yo, it was crazy, man. The era was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about this, just thinking about what I saw on Mikey B yesterday. Like, it was crazy. Our time was crazy. Like, dudes was just busy, so busy, man. There was no time to think about nonsense, man. Like, dudes was just so busy. It was crazy. When I sit back and I think about it, man, I be like, yo, man. Dudes was going to Jones Beach. When you pull up the Harlem Seafood Haven, you know what I'm saying? Those are spots to go to. Harlem in the summertime was crazy. Just imagine a Harlem week. It was bananas. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Just hanging out fun. New York City was still New York City then, man. We still had it together, man. We gonna get it together, though. We gonna get it together, you know what I'm saying? We getting it back together, you know what I'm saying? The game changed for everybody, man. Yeah, definitely shout out to these rappers on my block, man. The two Desperados, my man Sonny is a rock, you know what I'm saying? And definitely shout out to the Quiet Mob, my man Mankind, my man E-Lux. Definitely happy belated birthday to E-Lux, Lexington Projects, you know what I'm saying? My man Jamal, Ty Bless, my man Quad Goodfellas, MCs, I guess. He has a motorcycle club, but the Goodfellas movement, they started on my block. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely salute Quad for that, man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely salute Quad for that. Because Quad did that on the block. You know what I'm saying? That's something they did on the block. They created on the block. He just took it international. You know what I'm saying? So definitely salute the Quad, man. My man Quad cool. You know what I'm saying? You know Quad's a prime example of coming back to, he went to North Carolina, came back as a university, you know what I'm saying? Tried out, you know what I'm saying? Tried out for the NBA, he came back to the hood, and you know where he's from, and has mad basketball tournaments and all type of stuff. I mean, Quad was playing in Rucker in the glory years of Rucker. We talking about before the NBA touched, before sponsors really touched it, when he was actually on the Team Kingdom. Like he's in that mix. He's in that infamous Harlem mix of basketball players, other than Killer Cam and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to the East Side, my man Quad from the East Side, man. Coach Quad, you know what I'm saying? Dudes, good dudes, man. See, you know what I'm saying? It's just showing love to the dudes that inspire you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And this is all part of the same era. Like, it was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Who? Like Orchard Beach. When y'all talking about Orchard Beach, y'all talking about Paid in Full. And they found rich, you know what I'm saying? Nah, Orchard Beach is a hot spot in the summertime when you go to Orchard Beach right by City Island. Come on, man. City Island always been a hot spot, man. This is a classic New York City, man. Definitely salute to New York, man. But with that being said, man, yo, this is some old bad boy tracks, man. This thing about some Biggie Small. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was the ill one, man. You know what I'm saying? Biggie, who'd ever thought that Biggie Smalls would have created a trend for Puff to do the same tour every time? Because remember, Biggie was headlining back then. He was what everybody wanted to see. No matter how many hot artists Puff had, everybody wanted to hear what Biggie had to say. So with that being said, man, yo, y'all have a blessed day. I got the Mikey B interview. It's coming up today. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. I got the Mikey B joint, but it's up on our IGs, man. Free Mikey B. If y'all know him, salute him. You know what I'm saying? Salute the little turtle from the BX. Shout out to Turtle. You know what I'm saying? My man Nut. You know, Webster Projects, Wash Projects, 169 in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? See, there's a Washington Projects in the Bronx, and there's a Washington Projects in where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely 169 in Wash. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all players later. You what?